What do you think of when you see a distractor? You probably think of Pebble, Louie, maybe even Brightney or Goo. Well, I'm just going to say this right now. They aren't distractors. They're just tunes. Well, we're going to break that down in this little podcast I have. Let's go. So, what do you think about distractors? Like the whole role itself?
I think it's a good role.
Yeah, but unfortunately people are toxic, going like, Goob, go distract. You're not a extractor.
Well, I think if somebody chooses to distract, then that's their choice. But somebody shouldn't be told that their job is to distract if that's not what they want to do.
Yeah, true.
I mean, because who knows? Maybe they're really good at extracting, or maybe they're really good at something else, and you'll never know because you put them in a role, and you assigned it to them, and you forced them to stay with it.
Yeah, but guess what?
What?
Some people also are toxic and go like, oh, you lost a heart already? It's like floor 1. Like, you're a distractor. Grow up. Or get better.
Okay, so what do they say when they lose a heart?
They probably say, Cosmo, heal me. Because...
But of course there's nothing wrong with them as to why they lost life.
Yeah. Because they're a hypocrite. They're a literal hypocrite.
Well, it's easy to point blame at other people without taking blame on yourself.
Also, guess what?
What?
People literally lead twisteds into extracting goobs or pebbles because they're extracting. Which...
Probably because they're pissed off because the people have been such dicks.
Guess what?
What?
The extracting goobs and pebbles weren't even doing anything wrong. They were just extracting. They didn't even lead twisteds into anybody else.
Oh, so they do it because they don't feel like they should be extracting.
Yeah, and they
trying to put them in a specific role.
Yeah, and guess what? I usually play as an extracting goob because I can't really use goob at all, really. It's hard, okay? It's hard to be a goob. For me, at least.
Well, I think that you shouldn't be limited by what other people think that you are. You should be allowed to do whatever you want to do and play as whatever character you want to play as.
Yeah.
And as you're playing as that character, play however you want to play.
Yeah. Besides,
you shouldn't have people trying to kill you because you're not doing what they think that you should be doing.
Yeah.
And what does that say about them as a person?
That they are bad?
Yes.
Guess what?
What?
They also put the stereotype that Louie, Pebble, and Goob are distractors because that's what they've seen, so they think, oh, if there's an extracting Goob, they're just a lazy person because they can't handle distracting. Which I think is pretty messed up. Seriously. That's so rude, to be honest.
It is rude.
Can a person, do whatever they want?
Apparently not. Not in their world.
Also, people made fun of, Coelle for, going, you don't know how the game works.
Didn't Coelle make the game?
For real. How stupid can people be?
I mean, maybe they don't know how the game works.
Yeah. Also, I pretty much am the only sane person that's just thinking, well, not really the only one. Probably, one of the less people that are toxic. Or people that think of it. Besides, they also put the stereotype on, Toodles of being, well, a med stealer because there's lots of, starters that play as Toodles and steal meds, which is not true. I play as Toodles sometimes, and do I take meds? No. That's basically what's going on around here. We're just going starter tune and they're like always dying on floor 1, so don't really put them in your run. Or if a goob is extracting, force them to distract. Like seriously, get them to distract. They're a distractor.
I think maybe some people should learn some lessons about how you can't control others.
Yeah, some people also get shocked when I was like, some people were shocked when I was like extracting as Shrimpo.
Why?
I made it to floor 7 as Shrimpo, so that's a really big deal.
Well, maybe it's a big enough. They were shocked that you were extracting.
Guess what? Shrimpo has 1 star in every stat.
I assume that each character has its own set of skills and things that it's good at and things that it's bad at, which I would assume the person who designed it, Quell, did so on purpose so that you had a group of characters that could work together as a team. If you have a team that's turning on itself and killing other members off, you're not really working together to accomplish any goal.
Yeah.
You're tearing apart your team before it has a chance to even get to where it needs to go.
Yeah.
So maybe what you should do is figure out what those skills are and set before you start playing maybe who's going to run what play.
Yeah. Also, guess what?
What?
Some people are less toxic and go like, oh, that's fine. I don't really care if you're an extractor goop or a goop or a distractor goop. Guess what?
What?
Some people get very pissy about it, going like, hey, you can't just do that. You have to distract. It's your fault that I lost a heart. They also like try to like
Blame others?
Yeah. They also go like, it's your fault, host, for like letting this dude in.
Like you would have known beforehand.
Yeah. Also, the host usually leaves this type of situation because first of all, it's a run they created.
Are you able to talk to people before you start the run?
Yeah.
So why not start the run by saying, this is what I need and who's willing to fill these roles?
Yeah, but it's gonna it's like a few seconds.
So what you really need is more time for your team to plan before you actually start playing so that you can decide who should do what.
Yeah, I usually play, when I'm a distractor, I usually play Cole, Pebble, and Louie, not Goo, because I'm terrible at Goo.
Because it's not much different than any other kind of sports game where, like, you would have team members that do certain things, like, you know, I mean, I'm thinking of football, which is silly, but, like, you know, you have a quarterback, you have a linebacker, you have a front man, like, you have people that do certain roles.
Yeah. Well, this is all. Bye.
Bye.